Ready?
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Wise Up, episode 7 on this nice Thursday, January 4th, the day we're recording. You may have noticed that we're putting out our podcasts a little more consistently, a little more timely. Our plan going forward is to do one 15, 20-minute or so podcast once a week, release it towards the end of the week, and then have a guest come through once or twice a month. So I know you guys, y'all missed us so much while we were gone over that month break, and so we want to make it up to you by coming to you weekly going forward.
Yeah, we got to earn their trust back.
That's right.
We busted out the couch. I feel like every podcast we've had a new look. This might be the first time we've had 2 in a row. We've actually stuck with what we came up with the last time.
Consistency in 2024.
So if you see the couch, it's probably a little more casual, and it's a good chance to kind of recap what went on last week and look at what's going to come up in the next week. So that's kind of the point. I think.
Hit some stuff that's in the newspaper and maybe some stuff that didn't make it, but that's still important, stuff that's going on in the community, or stuff to look forward to. So, yeah, with that being said, front page of our paper today, you want to take the lead on this one?
Yeah, so every year we have our Person of the Year. And this year it was Cynthia Alvarez. And if y'all don't know a lot about her, I'm sure y'all have actually maybe seen her. She's a pretty constant presence in our community. But she was a longtime school counselor, and then made the switch to professional counseling, working at Wise County Christian Counseling. And in that, she was I think hired as one, or if not the only, one of the few bilingual counselors. And she kind of went into it thinking that she'd be primarily working with children, like she has for most of her career, or maybe adults. But it turned out it was all, or not all, but a large amount of elderly Spanish-speaking citizens here. And through that, she realized there weren't any local resources, any like a community center, anything that was tailored to them or that was a good fit. Because it's tough trying to make friends when you don't speak, the same language. So she, it's like she kind of did the almost like a superhero origin story where she was like, all right, I've encountered this problem. And then she just went out and fixed it. Like a lot of therapists, they could have just been like, well, that's not my problem. But she stepped up and created the Abuelitos Unidos program in Wise County, and it's such a cool scene seeing them get together. I think you may have gotten to check them out on Christmas.
Yeah, so I was at their Christmas party, and I mean, they're a mile a minute. They're such a hoot. They have way more energy than I do, which is crazy. I mean, dance for an hour, bat the piñata around for an hour, do gift exchange. I think she's just breathed so much life into that part of the community that I think was kind of unrecognized for way too long, and is giving them a face in the community and kind of reintegrating them to how they should be.
Right.
Yeah, just really doing a lot of good across the board out there.
So I've seen, they have a couple of performances, and they've probably done way more. They have one at the Wise Senior Expo. So they have a folklorico dance group, and so it's like a bunch of these, 20 or so older ladies. But they it gives them such a purpose preparing for these performances. And it's like sneaky exercise too.
Yeah.
It's like it's like they're getting active, they're focused on it, and it was great. It was a really a legitimately good dance performance, and it's twofold. You're probably fivefold because part of it is getting them active, giving them kind of a purpose and something to work toward. But then it's also we get to see, because it's a celebration of their culture, right? This dance. And Wise County gets to see, this beautiful part of our community, this beautiful expression of their culture that probably has gone unnoticed, unseen, kind of in our community for way too long. So it's a great chance for people to kind of learn and I think it should make Wise County proud to see these seniors dancing up there.
It's such an integral part, those groups are, of what makes Wise County unique, and just the overall history and heritage of obviously not just Wise County, but like Texas as a whole. And I think she's bringing that out into the public, which is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things we can learn. I think part of why, the depression was so devastating, or that isolation was so devastating for these seniors, is because in Mexico, or where a lot of these where these people are from, it's family is everything. You live with your grandparents, you stay nearby, you don't leave town for a job, you stay in your home, and they see you every day, and it's they have that socialization and someone checking in on them all the time, and that's something I think I hope with my parents I can keep that up. I want to treat them that way. And the color, it's like such a joyous, like all those meetings.
It's like everything's so bright,
right?
Like
you walk in there, it's just overwhelmed with color.
Just like pure joy, and like, everyone's excited about everything. Like a guest speaker will come in and teach like a cooking class, and like everyone is trained in on this person. I don't know, it's so cool, the variety of things that she's bringing to them and helping them or helping bring them more to us, to the forefront.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's like just so sweet too.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah, so it wasn't a hard decision for us. Usually we kind of like sit around and kind of okay, who's making an impact? And that was a pretty clear example of seeing a problem in your community and trying to fix it, and then not only it's been so successful,
right?
So go Cynthia Alvarez.
Yeah, shout out Cynthia Alvarez, Wise County Messenger's Person of the Year. Other big news.
Yeah,
top of the paper, our teaser right here. We have Baby New Year, first baby of 2024. Let's see.
What was the? How many pounds? How many ounces?
Let me jump to page 7 here. Get this thing open.
So I'll be edited out.
And first baby of 2024 has arrived. 2 days into the new year, a baby girl was born. At 7:48 a.m., Liliana Rudolph
Shout
was
out
born
Liliana.
at Medical City, Decatur. She weighed 8 pounds, 1.7 ounces, and was 18 inches long. So, yeah, go Liliana Rudolph and family.
Yeah,
congratulations.
thanks for being born.
Other quick hitter here on the front, below the fold. Food truck park is coming to Alvord, early spring, shooting for early spring. So that's something that their city council and EDC had worked on in the fall or late summer. Got that all worked up and paid for, and now they're enlisting local help of Crown Fabrication based here in Decatur to build some really awesome.
Yeah, it looks great.
It's like benches made out of old pickup beds. It's in Alvord, right across from the post office, underneath the new water tower. Going to have space for like 3 trucks and I think 6 or 8 benches. It's going to be awesome.
If you like pickup trucks, I mean, it's like a very literal interpretation of food truck park.
Yes, absolutely. Sunshades, there's, grassy play area for kids. I spoke to Mayor Caleb Cavanis, and, one thing that he said was when people think of Alvord, I don't want them to just think about driving through it or something along those lines. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really unique thing, not just for Alvord, but for Wise County. We have a lot of great food trucks that come through Wise County, so this will kind of give them a new home location.
Yeah, and I like the incorporation of kind of the grass. Like they took some vision with it. I think they're calling it the Gateway.
Yeah, Gateway Food Park or Gateway Food Truck Park. Still
working title.
Still working there, but yeah, right underneath that water tower that says Gateway to the Grassland. So really embracing that LBJ Grasslands as part of their identity, which I think is really cool.
Smart.
Jumping to kind of a rough day yesterday.
Yeah. Well, so I don't know if y'all noticed, but not much goes on in Wise County in between Christmas and kind of the first few weeks of January.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a slow time for us. And then, just like y'all, we take, we have holidays. And so on Wednesday, 2024 got off to a bad start for us.
First off, I'll just come out clean. I slept through my alarm. I thought I snoozed it. I had one set for 7 a.m. Got to work at about 9:50. So that was not good on my part. I still had some writing to do on deadline day, which is stressful as it is.
Yeah.
Add in being 2 hours later to work than I wanted to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. It happens. Not a great way to kick off the new year, but I will say it had been a long time since we had one of those really rough press days. So
Well, it's like I could have a bad press day. You could have a bad press day. We'll probably be like if it was on separate days.
yeah,
We'll be okay. We both were like struggling,
Yeah.
just lagging.
couldn't
All
unhitch
day.
that trailer and get off to
Yeah.
a start. So
Yeah. So everybody else did great.
yeah, yeah. Good thing it's not just us, or
Yeah.
this thing would have crashed and burned.
But cool. Yeah, I think it's it's like you're kind of just waking up to the new year. It's
Right.
like the holidays, and I think that stretch, those back-to-back weeks of having a day off, seeing family and stuff, it's kind of hard to get into gear.
Yeah, and I mean, I know it sounds silly maybe being tired from vacation or having days off, but I don't know, just being able to sleep in, kind of hanging out all day, eating a lot,
Football.
picking at food, watching football, just kind of worn out from vacationing.
Yeah.
So that made it a little bit harder too, but I think we're getting back in the swing of things. And once news picks up, that'll give us some more content that we'll have plugged in.
Yeah,
in the paper.
everybody's meeting next week.
Bunch of meetings in next week's paper.
It's going to be the city council school board paper.
Yep.
So get excited.
What else? Tonight is Wise County Conservatives are hosting, let's see, at Rise Church in Decatur, the Republican candidate forum/debate. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different groups that are involved with it. Newark Mayor Crystal Cardwell is going to be moderating it. So, yeah, we're going to have, it said, the advertisement on Facebook, people from contested races and uncontested races there to speak a little bit. We'll see how it goes.
Is it going to be sheriff debate?
That's what it said. That's what the advertisement
Got
said.
a four-person race.
And House District 64 debate, possibly. That's what it said, So we'll see. I'll give an update next week on how it went.
Right. It's interesting because sometimes you see those, and it's kind of just like a candidate forum. It's pretty boring because it's not like a debate. 'Cause they're not being challenged, or they
Right.
can just kind of say their piece, whatever talking points they had, and then move on to the next one. So
I want there to be I want someone to
we want-
contest another.
we want some confrontation.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Not controversy,
No.
confrontation.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting. I'll be there.
We want civil exchange of ideas and ideals.
Respectful discourse. Yeah. I'm
don't
sure
know.
that'll all go swimmingly. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes, who all shows up. But yeah.
Anything
What
else?
we can talk about? We do have a special segment.
Oh. Yeah, this will be the first week of hopefully, I don't know, several hundred.
Thousand?
A billion at least. New segment we're going to bring to you guys that is Wise County sports focused. It's a real short one, but be looking forward to that in this episode, wherever it may
We're
have
just
already
gonna
happened.
awkwardly cut to it. We may have cut this.
And new
Now.
segment now.
Well, we got a lot of good teams that are playing basketball right now, coming off of good tournament runs. Got Paradise Boys got the consolation championship at the championship basketball tournament, formerly the Whataburger tournament. Several good teams went 3-1, 2-2, some against good talent. Javen Colbert, Decatur, 29-point average in 4 games at the Bridgeport tournament. If you pick up the paper that's going to be on Thursday, there's a good story about a lot of the kids who got all tournament recognitions. Kind of breaks down each team's runs and everything. I do have cheerleading that's going to state cheer contest.
Huge. That's big.
Huge in Wise County. Bridgeport and Paradise on Thursday, Decatur on Friday. That's at Fort Worth Convention Center. Then we have soccer starting up, Bridgeport boys. I know we've written a lot of stories about them in the past.
And time is up. Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us for the Micah Minute.
Well, thank you, Micah, so much for that important update on the Wise County sports scene.
Can't believe you fit all that into 1 minute. That was crazy, dude.
Tidy. Buzzer beater, too. But yeah, pick up a paper. If you'd like to read more about Cynthia and her work, it's right here. We're working on keeping our papers lower and not blocked by the logo.
Yep, we're going to work on that.
We're learning. Yeah, great paper. And also, in the next paper, you'll start seeing Reader's Choice ballots. So that's always a fun one. We, I don't know many papers that do this, but we count every single one of those in-house.
It's a labor of love.
Yeah.
But it's important to recognize these, small local businesses that put out some good food, do some good for the community, maybe, help you with your taxes.
Right.
Who knows? We have a variety of things in Reader's Choice, so make sure to start looking for that. Pick that up next week.
I think it's going to run 3 weeks in a row, the ballots, and the deadline, I believe, is at the end of the month, but
January 25th or so. We'll keep you updated. We'll report back next week.
But yeah, please write legibly when you fill those out.
And make sure you know the actual name of the business you're voting for, so
Yeah.
there's no interpretation or any votes lost in the count.
Right, 'cause sometimes it'll be like, I like Chicken Express. It's like, okay, there's like 4 different Chicken Express locations.
Right. Yeah, Allsups is awesome. Oh, which one? Yeah.
Right, so just be clear, be concise, and vote or die.
And buy a bunch of papers.
And yeah, buy a bunch of papers.
Buy a ton.
Buy this one, buy the next one. Or you can subscribe. You don't have to buy them.
Alrighty. I think that's it. Thank you guys for joining us again for Wise Up. See you next week. Woo! Are you kidding me? This is what I do!